me, that is all I need. Yeah, I'm still at your heart tonight. Take my hand and stand by my side.
Hello dear friends, here is a new video for you, for those who would like to learn Hungarian. And for today's video I decided that I would talk about a very commonly used verb, like. It is like, liking something or liking somebody, because this is very often used. Very often we would like to express that we like something, but the use of this word may not be straightforward. I mean, even if this word exists in many languages, there may be differences when we use this word and when we don't use this word, or how we use this word in different languages. So I thought that I would show you a few examples about how we use Tetszik in Hungarian, like in Hungarian. So first of all, here you can see Tetszik or Tetszeni. This is the infinitive form of Tetszik. Tetszeni. In English, like, to like something or somebody, and in Russian, nravitsia. Nravitsia. Well, I hope my pronunciation is good in Russian. So basically, the main idea of using this word is that something gives me a good impression. And there's a big difference between how the English speakers use this idea, this word, and how Hungarians use it. In English we say, I like something. For example, I like this house. In Hungarian we say nekem tetszik. Nekem tetszik ez a ház. This nekem gives you the impression that to me the house likes, or something like that. If you think of the expression in English when we say that it tastes good, this is similar. So it gives you a good taste, or it gives me a good feeling of a good taste. This verb in English, in Hungarian works similarly. So it gives me a good impression. This is why I put here, gives me a good impression when you think of using Tetszik in Hungarian. So you have to use nekem and not I. Nekem means to me, it likes. I hope you see the difference. Speakers of Russian understand this very easily, because they say mnie nravitsia. To me it likes. Nekem tetszik. So it's quite the same structure in Russian. So for example, here you can see nekem tetszik. To me it likes. I like this house. In Hungarian, nekem tetszik ez a ház. So to me, this house likes. I'm not sure if a native speaker of English would say this is okay. But I'm not a native speaker of English, so I don't know. But I hope this demonstrates the idea of expressing how Hungarian language works in this situation. So you always have to think of the idea of to me. If you use names, you have to use the nok or nek suffix. So we have the person and nok nek, and tetszik, the likes word, and valami is something. I have this table. In general, we usually don't like tables of suffixes or personal pronouns and so on. But here I would like to show you this table, and here you can see. Here you can see this personal pronouns. This to me form of personal pronouns. I put it in black now, you see. So in singular, and you don't write it down. I have created a document which you can download from the internet, from the blog of my channel. In the description you can see the link, so you can download this and you can print it, and you can write in it, or you can memorize these words if you want. So nekem is to me, neked is to you, önnek and magának, these are the formal ways of expressing to you. So neked is informal for friends, for family members, for close colleagues. Önnek, magának, these are the formal ways of expressing this idea. Önnek is more polite, magának is a bit less polite, but both are quite alright. Neki is to him or to her, and these are the plural forms here. Yes, nekünk, to us, nektek, to you, and the informal addressing of people or informal way of saying to you. And önöknek, maguknak, this is the formal way of expressing to you. Okay, in plural number, this is important. And nekik, it means to them. And again, of course, this is plural. So if you want to use tetszik properly, you have to, obviously, you have to learn these personal pronouns. Okay, if you want to use personal pronouns, of course, you have to, it's part of the language, but you have to know these words. Now, let's see different situations when we use this tetszik and with the pronouns and people's names. The first example is about liking things, liking objects, liking something. For example, you may say that you like a picture, but you may like music, or you may like places, or you may like the weather. So this is the context where you can use this word. For example, this is a picture, painting, and you may ask your friend if he or she likes this picture. The question is, do you like this picture? In Hungarian, tetszik ez a kép? Tetszik ez a kép? Do you like this picture? It's interesting that we here don't have to put neked because in the context when I ask my friend, it is obvious that the question is addressed to my friend. So tetszik ez a kép? This is quite acceptable, but of course you can insert the word neked, and as a base, and the most neutral version of this question would be tetszik neked ez a kép? Tetszik neked ez a kép? So the emphasis is on, do you like this picture? And we expect yes or no or something in between. However, as you may know, that the word order in Hungarian is, I'm not saying flexible, but maybe it's more proper to say that it has several different options to place words at different positions in the sentence, and there are slightly different meanings. So, for example, if we consider this, or if we take this sentence as a base sentence, we can put neked to the first position, the initial position of the sentence, and this is also a correct question. Neked tetszik ez a kép? This could be used as a neutral question, like the first one, but it has a slightly different meaning because neked has a more emphasis because of its position. So this could be used when we are talking about a picture and I have a different opinion. For example, I say nekem nem tetszik ez a kép, neked tetszik? So the context of this kind of questions is that several people have different opinions, or we want to know if you like these pictures because I don't like it, or I like it and do you like it? So it's not only a general question if somebody likes the picture, but there are several different opinions of different people, and I want to know if you like this picture as compared with my opinion, for example. Neked tetszik ez a kép? Mert nekem nem. This is quite an acceptable situation when neked is put to the first position. So when we want to compare your opinion with mine, Neked tetszik ez a kép? Mert nekem nem. Okay, and this is the third option. When ez a kép, the object is put in the first position of the sentence. Ez a kép tetszik neked? Again, it could be used as a neutral question like the first one, but it is more appropriate if there are several pictures and I want to know if the other person likes this particular picture out of the several other. So do you like this one? There are several pictures. We have seen several pictures now. Here is one. Do you like this one? Na és ez a kép tetszik neked? I hope you see the difference. I mean, this may be a very difficult thing, but in Hungarian language, word order expresses some slight differences, as I said, and this is one example when the word neked or tetszik or the object is placed to the first position, gives a special emphasis to the whole expression. So how could we answer this question? One possibility is igen, nagyon tetszik. Tetszik ez a kép? Igen, nagyon tetszik. You don't have to say nekem. Igen, nekem nagyon tetszik. It's possible. But when the context, when it is obvious from the context, you can simply omit nekem. Or you can say in a negative sentence, hát nem tetszik. Hát nem tetszik. Okay, here is one example when we don't use personal pronouns, but we use names. Lajosnak tetszik ez a kép, de Timinek nem tetszik. Oh, we have a factory near here. If you hear the horn of the factory, it's known. Okay, so Lajosnak tetszik ez a kép, de Timinek nem tetszik. You see, nek is used because of the harmony of the vowels. And here is the title of the painting, Lila ruhás nő, painted by Színyei Merse Pál, a Hungarian painter in the 19th century, woman dressed in blue. This is the title of the picture. Now, let's talk about liking people, because we've been talking about liking objects or things. Now, let's talk about liking people. Can we say that, can we use the word tetszik in the context of liking people? Of course we can. And here's one example. Nekem nagyon tetszik Julcsi. Nekem nagyon tetszik Julcsi. Or nagyon tetszik Julcsi nekem. Vagy nagyon tetszik nekem Julcsi. You can, all options are possible. Nagyon tetszik Julcsi. Of course this means that she gives me a good impression, as we have discussed how tetszik means. But here we use tetszik in the context of a possible love affair. So I like Julcsi because as a girl I like her. Okay, not only as a friend, but this means a bit more. Okay, so if you use tetszik in this context, usually it refers to a possible love affair or talking about love relationships. When I was young, my mother used to ask me very often, melyik lány tetszik neked? Which girl do you like? Okay, so it's not about friends or liking people in general, but which girl do you like as a girl? So you have to be careful in some situations if you don't know this, because this may express something that you may not want. There may be some other situations when tetszik is used. It is not written here, but for example, if you go to a job interview and the interviewer may say at the end of the interview that, oh, I liked you. Nekem nagyon tetszett maga. Nekem nagyon tetszik maga. In this situation, it is possible. I mean, tetszett, amit mondott. I liked what you said. I liked you. Tetszett nekem maga. So in this context, of course, it is not necessarily a love relationship, but liking the person who applied for a job, and I expressed that, gave me a good impression. Okay, but in general, when you use Tetszik in the context of human relations, in most of the cases, it is liking a girl or liking a boy as a girl and as a boy because of a possible relationship. Okay, here we have another verb, kedvel. Kedvel means kedvelem, kedvelni. This is the infinitive form. Is also a positive feeling towards another person, but this is much more neutral than tetszik. Okay, so you can say kedvelem Józsit, jó kollega. I like Joe because he's a good colleague, he's a good company, he's a good friend. It doesn't mean that we have a very close relationship, it doesn't mean that we have very strong feelings, simply he's a good company. In general, I feel like spending my time with him, or I'm very happy that he's a good friend, or he's a good colleague to work with, you know, and this is why I in general like him. In this context, it is much better to use, so I would say I would recommend using kedvel. Kedvelem Józsit, jó kollega. Kedvelem a szomszédomat, jót beszélgetünk. I like my neighbor, in general, a good person, good guy. Sometimes we talk quite good or quite well. Okay, so this could be a useful word when you are more neutral. When you talk about another person's, about your feelings towards another person. And of course we have szeret, it's loving the other person. Szeretem Júlcsit, I love Júlcsit as a girl in a love relationship, or you can use, of course, this word in a family relationship. I love my mother, I love my brother, sister, so on. So it means a much stronger relationship and deeper emotions. Okay, this was the second, liking people or loving people. And let's see the third. What about food? Because in many cases, and this is one possible difference that, or one important aspect of using this word, which may not be the same as we use it in other languages. So tetszik, when you use this word in the context of food or eating, for example, tetszik ez az alma, for a Hungarian speaker, it never means good taste. Okay, so if you want to express that you like a dish or you like kind of food because it tastes good, you never use tetszik. Okay, tetszik only means here that it looks good. So visually it has, you know, a good appearance. I look at it and it looks very nice. It looks good. So this is why I say tetszik, because visually it gives me a good impression. But again, when we talk about food, we never use this word. We never use tetszik when we talk about taste. So if you want to use, and I put it here, but I have to indicate that it does not apply here. So this meaning is not included here. When you say tetszik ez alma, it's always the appearance and not the taste. So what should we say when we talk about the taste of something? I would like to show you two solutions. Ízlik ez az alma. Ízlik means literally that it tastes good, or it is tasty, or finom ez az alma, finom, it's tasty. Okay, so I like this apple because it's tasty, because it tastes good. In this context, we only use ízlik or finom. Finom is an adjective, ízlik is a verb, so you see the difference. Ízlik ez az alma, finom ez az alma, both are okay, but we don't use tetszik to express that it tastes good. Okay, again, if you want to ask a question about the taste of something, hogy ízlik or ízlik, no, hogy ízlik ez az alma, how do you like it? We never say hogy tetszik. Okay, we only say hogy ízlik or simply ízlik. Hogy ízlik, if you ask hogy ízlik, the other person will say that, well, it's quite good, yes, thank you. If you say ízlik, it's a yes-no question, yes or no. The other person will say yes or no. Okay, but we again never use tetszik in this context when we ask the other person about the taste of something. Here is one very important remark, because these are the expressions to say that in a particular situation somebody likes a particular apple, but this differs, expressing this differs from liking apples in general. So if you want to say that in general you like apples, then you say szeretem az almát. And again, you don't say like. You don't say tetszik, but you say szeretem az almát. And strangely enough, you see the singular form. If you want to express in general that you like something, you can use singular form, and this will express the general idea that usually you like apples. Okay, so this means that usually you like apples. This means that you like a particular apple in a certain situation. And now, to sum up this idea with food, here are two important sentences. Nem tetszik ez az alma, nem veszem meg. So if you learn this sentence, you will know how to, a typical example, how when we use this word or this tetszik word in Hungarian, because nem tetszik ez az alma, this would mean that I don't like this apple because it doesn't look good. Okay, I don't know how it tastes, or I don't know what it is like, but I don't know if it's tasty, but it doesn't look good. So nem tetszik ez az alma, nem veszem meg. I don't buy it, I won't buy it. So again, you can remember that tetszik here means the visual appearance. However, here's another important sentence, that szeretem az almát, de ez most nem ízlik. Szeretem az almát, as we discussed, is a general statement about liking food. De ez most nem ízlik. Ízlik is now, right now, this particular apple is not tasty. I don't like this particular one. So this sentence will express that in general, I like apples, but I don't like this one in particular, which I'm eating right now. Okay, this is very, very important. If you understand the difference between tetszik, szeretem, ízlik, I'm sure that you will be able to express your ideas properly in Hungarian. Thank you for your attention. This was a bit longer, but I hope you could follow it, and also I hope that you have found this lesson useful. Goodbye.